Jeffrey Epstein has been linked with Mossad. Now, there are some reports which cannot be hidden from the public eye, and this is a report that is making the rounds over the past few months. Tell me more about Jeffrey Epstein's links with Mossad.
Well, I think there is a larger debate in the USA about the Epstein file, and that files include the list of the clients which used to visit the big houses of Jeffrey Epstein, who by his origin is a Jew, and he has set up a kind of a network where he was trafficking underage women, underage girls, and he was inviting the top American politicians, top European politicians, and even one of the Arab countries' politicians have also been named. So I don't want to name at this particular point of time, given the fact that at this point of time, there's a limited information on the Arab leaders. But again, the broader picture has been that the Jeffrey Epstein, he's a Jew, and the woman who is closely associated with him is Ghislaine Maxwell. And she's the closest one, and she was coordinating all these kind of sex trafficking, and she has played a very key role in all this all this episode. She has been convicted. She is now in jail, and Jeffrey Epstein, according to the claims by the American administration, that he had committed suicide, but his brother of the Jeffrey Epstein has raised critical questions that he could not have committed suicide. He was murdered inside jail. The reason is obvious, because he was a man who was carrying critical secrets, and those secrets are linked with the Mossad. Now, the father of Ghislaine Maxwell, who is a coordinator, who has been a coordinator with the Jeffrey Epstein, her father's name is Robert Maxwell, and when he died, he was buried in Jerusalem. Israel's prime minister of that time attended his funeral. 6 former heads of Israeli intelligence attended his funeral, and the then prime minister had said that what he has done for Israel, that cannot be explained publicly. And that is where the real secret lies. Because understandably, now we can analyze what could have been those secrets. Those secrets are that through his daughter and through Jeffrey Epstein, the US politicians were being blackmailed, and they were forced to make key strategic decisions in favor of apartheid Israel, which means the question of two-state solution was actually weakened over the period of that time in the past. And now it has reached to a point where the possibility of a two-state solution seems to be very remote, at least as long as the extremist Prime Minister Netanyahu is in place. So again, the broader picture is that now the Epstein file, and on Epstein files, you may recall that the Donald Trump has launched a campaign that he's going to make public the list of the clients. Now, while everybody knew that Donald Trump was his client, everybody knew that his wife, the last wife, probably she's the third or the second wife, Manila, she was a model girl. She was an immigrant from the Eastern Europe, and then she was introduced to Donald Trump by Jeffrey Epstein. And this is how this entire network was established. And then also now Donald Trump is refusing to make public these Epstein files because his own secrets are there. And my understanding is that is where Mossad has been exploiting Donald Trump. That is where Donald Trump is meaningfully silent on a genocide in Gaza. That is where Donald Trump came up with the idea of Abraham Accord, where these many Arab countries, in many Muslim countries in the northern Africa, they normalized ties with Israel on the terms and conditions that Netanyahu has been laying down, which means without actually conceding to the two-state solution, which is